I thought that one really interesting way to explain why Jupiter looks the way it does is kind of like these cars right now. They're going in one direction and I'm going in the opposite direction. So with Jupiter's atmosphere, what's really interesting is when you go from the most outer regions and move towards its center, temperature increases and pressure increases. When this happens, the gas that makes up the majority of Jupiter ends up separating into different layers. And these layers end up moving in opposite directions. So you have some layers of the gas in the atmosphere moving in one direction like me, and some layers of the gas in the atmosphere moving in the opposite direction, just like the cars. This causes Jupiter kind of look like as if it has stripes, like a really funny striped sweater on a holiday party. So I thought that'd be like a really interesting way to kind of explain why Jupiter's atmosphere looks like that. And the next most interesting thing is that when you keep moving inward, this gas, then it heats up even more, it can actually start getting converted into liquid. Say where I am right now, right here, would be the surface of Jupiter. About 31 miles above the surface of Jupiter would be the first layer of the atmosphere, which is the troposphere. Let's say all the kayakers right here that you see are the troposphere. That would be the hottest part of the entire gaseous atmosphere of Jupiter. Then you get just above that, which is say where the sailboat is, that would be the next layer. That would be known as the stratosphere. That would be like, it would drop by about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. It would get a lot cooler. It can reach up to below temperatures of negative 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And then right past that, where now you see the speedboat is, would be, let's say, Jersey City. That's known as the exosphere. So that is the most outer region of the atmosphere of Jupiter. The exosphere, anything that it's not at all balanced gravitationally to Jupiter's surface, so anything that will start to come out, it can be released into interstellar space. This region where you see all the kayakers, which would be in the troposphere, because temperatures are so hot and the electrons are so excited that are inside of the hydrogen atoms that are found in the atmosphere of Jupiter, this tends to start to cause an electromagnetic charge, electric charge, and this is where the electromagnetic field will come in of Jupiter. It's about 20,000 times stronger than the electromagnetic field of Earth. And so, as you can see, there's so many kayakers here, so this is why I used it as an example, and that would be super strong. So they're, every time that they all have like northern lights, auroras, and all that stuff, it is extremely highly interactive, and their electromagnetic storms are much stronger than they would be here on Earth. So it's actually quite interesting. And like I was saying before, where the cars are moving in opposite directions, you could kind of use this right now. If some kayakers going this way and you see the speedboat going that way, that's literally separated because of the different layers and the temperature. So the areas where the kayakers are would be known as the bands. Those are the much hotter regions. And the area where, say, the sailboats are, or where the speedboat is, that would be known as one of the zones. And that's right where the stratosphere is. So that's actually one of the layers of the atmosphere where the winds are that tend to be a lot cooler. Which is quite interesting. So that's what causes these winds and the stripes on Jupiter for them to be moving in opposite directions. The next theory as to why scientists tend to think that the atmosphere of Jupiter, its wind and its gas is moving in opposite directions. So you have the zones and you have the bands moving in opposite directions. One reason was because of the heat and the temperature, but another reason is its gravitational pull. Let's say that this is Jupiter. All around it are all these, right now, just clovers, but we'll say that they're actually the moons of Jupiter. Jupiter has about 53 named moons, but total about 69 cataloged moons. So they're all pulling on it. They all have this crazy tidal gravitational pull. So one of the other theories is that it's constantly being pulled on in multiple directions, and this can cause tidal forces on Jupiter, even though we don't actually know whether or not it has any tides or it has any liquid, but its gas is acting in that way. So because the hydrogen in its atmosphere could actually heat up to reaching a point of liquid hydrogen, so that could be pulling on the atmosphere of Jupiter, causing it to have these strange patterns and these strange stripes that are moving in opposite directions.